Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 horror film The Vigil. A film that is written and directed by Keith Thomas, and this is his directorial debut. The film stars Dave Davis and Lynn Cohen primarily, and this focuses on Dave Davis's character, Yaakov Ronan, who is a former member of the Orthodox Jewish community, and something happens previously that kind of breaks him. He needs therapy, all this kind of stuff, but he keeps being pestered by this community to still take part, and he accepts a job where he has to watch overnight a deceased member of the Jewish community, i.e. a vigil. Once he gets there, he discovers that things just aren't as they seem, and there may well be a malevolent demonic spirit cursing this house, and will not let him leave easily. Right, that is the primary story here that we're talking about. What are my thoughts on The Vigil? Well, this is a film that I have had on my radar for a while. I knew it existed. I kept seeing on Facebook and YouTube, clips and things like that of this film, scariest movie of the year, this, that and the other, and you take those things with a pinch of salt when you see them. Very rarely does that turn out to be the case. Obviously they're trying to promote their film and they want you to go and watch it, but I have to say, after watching this, I was very, very impressed with it. To say this is his first feature film, Keith Thomas has crafted here a superior psychological horror film that really took me by surprise, and I am not kidding. By the end of this film, my nerves were in bits, shredded. Very, very impressive first feature film. It really, really is. So it's a very simple film as well. And again, I think this is something a lot of people get wrong with movies, whether it be horror or whatever. They overcomplicate a movie, over-explain or whatever, and it kind of takes you out of the movie. This is a very simple story. A man who's got a fractured past, who has got something he needs to confront that has almost broken him, has to confront this malevolent spirit that is torturing him during this night, and he either has to face it as a man or give in to it and be taken over, and that is essentially the story here. It doesn't overcomplicate things. You've got a 5-stroke 10-minute setup, and then boom, you're away. This film does not hang about. And what I love so much about this film is it doesn't insult your intelligence with cheap scares. Every single scare, from what I remember of this film, was very well earned, and on more than one occasion I nearly jumped 6 feet out of my seat watching it. Very, very well constructed scares here, and I was, for the most part, deeply impressed with this film. Really, really clever use of light, really creepy music that adds to the atmosphere. And speaking of atmosphere, this film is dripping in it. Like I said, really good lighting, really good atmosphere, really hanging on every nerve through many of these scenes. And it's one of those films where you know something's about to happen. You do know it's going to happen because the film tells you it's going to happen, either through the music or through something the character is doing. You know something's about to happen, but it still scares you. Now that's impressive. How many horror films do we all watch where you know something's about to happen and the effectiveness is gone because you're in the know that it's about to happen? And not so much with this film at all. It really, it still got me. It really, really did, and I'm not kidding. By the end, my nerves were really worn out watching this film. Really nicely constructed film, and I love the simplicity of it. doesn't pander, if you like. It doesn't try to use all these cheap tricks that Hollywood's been using over the last few years. This is a film by someone who knows horror, understands horror. I don't know much about Keith Thomas, but I would be very interested in seeing what he's going to do with horror movies, because if this is his first feature that he has written and directed, very, very nicely done. Very simple, very basic, but I guarantee you watch this film, you're going to be scared. The performances here are what keep this film focused as well. A very, very impressive central performance by Dave Davis. I don't recall what I've seen him in before, but I would definitely I would enjoy seeing him in some more features. It was a very, very good, impressive performance by him. The film is primarily in English, but there is some Yiddish in there as well. But it's still, you know, an easy film to follow. Feels very authentic. Feels very genuine. Dark and dingy and creepy. Like I said, the music complements the film perfectly. Low and creepy when it needs to, and really loud and in your face and in your ears, you know, fingers down a blackboard type music when it needs to as well, a bit like Insidious. So I've got to say, I was really impressed with this film. A really, really good first feature film. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I would suggest checking it out if you get the opportunity. It's a film that I kind of overlooked for a while, but I'm really, really pleased that I have seen it now. So check out The Vigil. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. I will be back with more reviews and content on Screen Stars very, very soon.